You know those type of things where like people ask me where I get my knowledge from? When it's very simple how I do it because I have a brain in my head while I'm in the nature. But then nature has the answers. Holy, you know? You don't see how like reality is like language and description, so you just look at the description and then you get the knowledge from that? Like, example would be like, you know how reality is like nature, right? And there's an invisible inside of nature that's like creating this one that you see optically. You don't see that? Like the tree has leaves on it and it has a bark. And then the fact that I'm from nature too, so I have to be influenced from this nature, then you realize that my hair's rational grass then. You don't see that? My hair's rational grass, while this is vegetative grass. No? You don't see? Well, this is a little bit like grass, but there's grass under the snow. No? And how like, if you like get a woman, like a naked woman here for a second, right? And like, if you go up into this tree, and if this tree was like an apple tree or something, like a fruit tree, you grab the fruit, right? And it's a maturing ovary from the tree, but then you realize that vaginas are that too. You don't see? No? Ovary? No? How it's a fruit with seeds? Holy. That's so like common sense. Like, and you can't say that vaginas are not fruits because you can't eat it, but actually you're wrong because there's other animals who eat your whole body. Holy. So they eat the vagina too? While like the herbivores and fruitarians eat the fruits on the trees, but the carnivores eat the vaginas? Holy. No? Not yet? And then like, don't you see that there's veins? The earth has veins on it. Its roots. So then that means if you look at my hand for a second, you'll find out that my veins is rational veins and that's vegetative veins. No? You don't see? And how like if there's like snow like disappearing right now, like if you saw it like disappearing and you saw the grass come up, right? And then you saw different rocks in it and different like gemstones and stuff, let's say, right? Like right here in the spot. Then you realize that inside of my body, there's that too. You don't see that? My blood is gold. Red gold. That's why scientists call it red gold. No? You don't see? And then like, if you look at the like the particle side of everything, or like the period table with the oxygen and all that, you start to realize that like all that is like from nature, but also inside of this nature, like in our nature. You don't see that how it's a comparison between both. So then that means that our body is influenced by this nature like in front of you. Holy. And then you can get like information from inside of you too, and then look at the other nature like that's in a higher dimension. No? You don't see? Holy. And then that sun up there, we're influenced by that too, because it's not that we're just on this planet. It's also like that we're in the solar system on this big planet, this big like rock? No? So that means like we're influenced by what's up there too? Because we're up there actually? It just makes a delusion that we're not because you see us down here, but this planet is floating in the solar system. And then we have a star in our Earth anyway, so then you realize that our soul's a star too. Holy. And that's why a body becomes hot. But what else do you see that's hot in nature? Right? Stars? No? Holy. That's not true. Soul? Solar? Solarality? Solitarian? Soul? No? Holy. People don't get it. Holy. You don't see how we're astronomical beings too? And when you go into a meditative state, you go into void and dark energy, but then when you look up in the sky, when it's nighttime, it's dark up there. Holy. And how, like, they lied to you about the heliocentric system and the geocentric system. They first said geocentric, and then they changed their mind and said heliocentric, when it's really not. It's spiral-centric, because all the planets are spiraling like the DNA down the Milky Way in this very nature, while our DNA spirals too, and our Kundalini spirals too, and everything in nature you see spirals. Holy. Like, not just our spinal cord has the Kundalini, like the trees have it too, and it spirals up. The Kundalini serpent with the Earth's DNA in there. And that's why in the beginning of the Bible, they talk about the Adam and Eve with the serpent in the tree, when it was actually the Kundalini serpent going up the tree. Holy. No? And then another message that they talk about with the Kundalini being an Adam. So his own Kundalini serpent deceived him because the reptilian hacked his Kundalini. Holy. That's sick. You gotta admit this is sick. Come on. No? You don't see yet? Holy. And you don't see like how we're in there